Hey everybody, it's me, Sarah. Yay! I know you're so excited. I'm coming at you. It's Thursday, January 8th, 2015, and I just got home after going to Weight Watchers this morning, weighing in and having a pretty good meeting. Um, my weigh-in today was down 0.4, so a half-pound loss. Even despite what I was explaining to you guys the other day or yesterday, that I was having kind of a tough week with tracking and eating as healthy as I would have liked. So I'm happy that I'm down, but that means I am still roughly 1.8 pounds away from my goal range to be free for the meetings. So I'm gonna be more diligent. My goal this week is to be much more diligent with tracking and weighing and making choices, healthier choices this week, so that I can potentially be free or within my range next week and free for the rest of January. Also, because as I mentioned yesterday, I want to lose the 6 pounds so that I will be in my weight range for powerlifting in about 3 months. And I know that seems really far out, but last competition I had, I was doing basically a crash diet for 2 or 3 weeks, and it was terrible. I was basically no carb, and by no carb I mean no bread, pasta, starches kind of thing. I was still eating vegetables, and I had some sweet potatoes, but not, I really didn't have any, but it was allowed if I had wanted it, kind of thing. And I don't know if you guys have heard of paleo, but it was more towards that style of eating, and it was not easy. So I don't want to do any crash dieting sort of stuff just to make weight for that competition. So I want to lose it as soon as possible, and then work with my coach on maintaining it and maintaining my weight and getting my strength up at that weight and conditioning myself at that weight so that it's no longer a big issue for me. Now, of course, had the weight classes stayed the same this year, because this is the first year that they've changed the weight classes, the groupings, the divisions, I don't know what you want to call it. So had it been the same as last year, I would have been perfectly fine right now, under the 75 kilograms at the moment, but whatever. So anyway, back to Weight Watchers. Today I went in and I used my free coupon. I actually misread the expiration date of those coupons that I got in the starter kit last week. I thought it expired 12/31/14, but it's 12/31/15, which would make a lot more sense since it's for new members this year. I swear, sometimes my reading skills are not the greatest. Anyway, one of it was to get, you could choose either a eat out or a shopping book, and I got the eat out book. And this is not that it has anything different than what the phone app or Weight Watchers Online would have, but just another way to look up popular restaurant nutrition facts / points plus values in a book. And since it was free, I figured, what the heck? So it doesn't have every single restaurant. It doesn't have every single menu item of every single restaurant in here, but it's better than nothing, you know? And for free, who can beat that? Today's topic was about portion control and weighing and measuring your food so that you get used to knowing what a portion size looks like for certain foods, especially foods that you might come in contact at either someone else's house or at a restaurant, like what 3 ounces of chicken typically looks like, what a cup of vegetables looks like, what a cup of rice looks like, or noodles, you know, just so that when you're home and you can control it like all the way, but when you're out, you can sort of get a better idea of like, wow, that looks much more than what I eat at home. So I'm gonna make what I think the portion size is at home on my plate and put the rest away or not eat anymore, you know, things like that. And I feel like that strategy, because I weigh and measure a lot of my food all the time or on a consistent basis. But when I don't, or if I'm visiting friends or going out to dinner at someone else's house, that it does actually help me eyeball portions and serve myself, and I end up serving myself better or closer to the actual portion size than if I had no clue what a serving of rice or meat or whatever it is, you know? So if you, and I just want to say, like, of all the weighing and measuring tools out there for cooking and eating, the food scale is by far the best tool out there. If you are debating whether or not you're going to buy measuring cups or a food scale, quite honestly, I'd go with the food scale. Because nowadays, all the nutrition facts have like grams or ounces or whatever for a portion size and a measuring cup, but the measuring cup isn't nearly as accurate as weighing it out. And quite honestly, I feel like sometimes those like portion size with the measuring cup and like how many servings are in like a container aren't 100% accurate, but the weight of one portion is always accurate per the nutrition facts. So in my experience, I use the food scale probably more than my measuring cups, unless I'm actually physically cooking or baking something, in which case I don't really know how many grams of flour or sugar or anything, like ingredients are. So those are my 2 cents. No, I already mentioned that. There's something else I was going to say. Now I've completely forgot. Oh, yeah. Oh my God. So the homework. So now this year, apparently we're going to have homework after the meetings. And the homework assignment for this week was there were a few options. You could either pick one food item, particularly like a snack or a treat, to weigh/measure every day. You could choose a recipe to make this week and weigh out every ingredient and your portion. Or you could pick something else to basically weigh or measure this whole week. And I forget what the last one was that our leader talked about. But I've decided that lately, so we have I've decided to take option number 1, which is to find one food and weigh it all week. And that's because we have a 3-pound bag of gummy bears. Yeah, 3 pounds of gummy bears. Yeah, so I have been sort of doing walk-bys, which I like walk by the bag and I take a handful and I keep walking and then I eat the gummy bears and I don't even count them. Like I don't even count the physical number of bears in my hand. I didn't even track them last week. Yeah, that's how, yeah. So I went to do a grab by again today and then I said, no. We had homework. I was struggling to come up with what I was going to even measure this week. And I was like, that's it. That's what I'm going to do. So I got out a bowl, turned on my scale because it always sits out on the counter all day long. And I weighed it. And yeah, my handful was bigger than a serving size. And you know what else I learned? That a serving size of gummy bears is 4 points. And I had no clue. Whoops. Live and learn, right? So anyway, that's my share to you, and I challenge you to pick one of those something to weigh and measure this whole week. Oh, I know what it was. It was like to pre-portion a snack for the whole week, like measure and like take like a big bag of chips, or I don't know what your snack. Maybe let's say a box of almonds. Let's think healthier-ish snacks that you may have in your house. Take a thing of almonds and weigh out each portion and put them in little baggies and label it for the whole week. That's what it was. So pick a challenge. Either pick one food item like I'm doing and weigh it every time you eat it this week. Or you can pick a recipe and you're going to want to weigh and measure every single ingredient and along with your portion, or pick a snack and pre-portion it for the entire week. Got it? Okay. So I would love to hear what you end up doing and what food item you do and what the points values are. And I will continue to not do any more handful grab buys with the gummy bears. And that is my promise for this week. I will actually track them, weigh them, measure them, be accountable. And weighing and measuring is not only a habit that I know helps me with my weight loss, but it can always be refined because sometimes we just get lazy. So I hope to see less of you next week. Hope you have a great week and stay warm, because I don't know where you're living, but down in Maryland and Baltimore, it is 7 degrees today. And there's still ice and snow on the ground. And it's not fun to be in. So dress appropriately when you do go outside. Be careful, drive safely, and I will see you next time. Bye!